Okay, so this is the kickoff call for Director Bound, I guess our spring Director Bound here. So I am super excited for all of you ladies and where you guys are headed in your business. I know that we have a couple people on here that are super close to promoting already, and so having them in the group will also kind of help inspire you, the rest of you, some, and knowing that you guys can achieve it as well. So as we're starting here, I think all of you know me pretty well, but just in case a few of you have not been on, some of our trainings or know much about me, I guess. This is my 6th year with Pampered Chef. This is my anniversary month. So 6 years ago this month, I signed up to do Pampered Chef. And guys, it's been the biggest blessing for my family because when I decided to stay home and start Pampered Chef, I know many of you, when you signed up, thought the same thing. I've never sold anything. Don't know the first thing about sales, so I really had no clue where this business could take me. I didn't know what goals to set. I had no clue what I could even make. But I knew after making, my goal of $500 the very first month that I should see where this business takes me. Okay, so that was 6 years ago. And I know some of you have not been in the business a real long time. Some of you still may be under, the fast tracking, which we're going to talk about in a little bit. But I did not know a lot about fast tracking when I very first started. We had fast tracking, but I really didn't know anything about it. So I wasn't really taught through what fast tracking looked like. So as I was setting my goals, I thought directorship had sounded cool, but I had no clue what it meant. So it took me a little bit longer. It took me a year to promote to director. So I didn't do it right away. But once I figured out what director was and knew that I wanted that, I went fast and furious for it. And it didn't take me a real long time to, I'm going to try to set my computer up on my pillow because when it's set on my lap, I feel like all you shoot is my double chin. So I'm going to try to set it up on my, so you have a better instead of this low version of me. So
Melanie, don't worry about it.
It's all about the angles, ladies. It's all about, you really should be going from this angle. My skinny angle. There is such a thing. So anyway, I became a director within a year, almost exactly. I promoted in March, a year after I started Pampered Chef, and then I literally promoted to advanced director a year after that. So and then very quickly to senior into executive. But so I say all that to say everyone on here comes from different paths, different goals. Some of you have been in the business longer than others. And so all it is being sure that you are making your own personal goals and going for those. That is what really matters. And as we are in this journey together, I know that it is super hard not to compare yourself to others, but try really hard not to compare yourself to others, okay? Because when you start focusing on what everyone else is doing, that takes the focus off on what you can be working to do for yourself, okay? So a lot of the Director Bound material that you are going to be seeing is a lot about mindsets, okay? Because I know sometimes we are our biggest critic and we are the ones holding ourselves back, okay? So a lot of the material that you're going to be seeing is how to get out of your own head and not hold yourself back, okay? Because when you really can truly let go and you can really make those goals and feel confident that you can achieve them, okay, that's when you're really going to see success in your business, okay? So I would love for just a few minutes here for you to introduce yourself and let us know how long you have been in the business. Okay, so I'm going to kind of just go across my screen. I know that the order is probably different on all of our screens, but Diane, let's start with you. Can you let us know how long you've been in the business?
I signed up through Christine last May.
Okay, last May. Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Tamra Rowland.
Yes, I'm here.
All right.
I signed up under Kayla in October, but didn't actually start doing anything till January because I wanted to wait till after the holidays.
Okay.
So January when I actually kicked off.
January, you kicked in hard, fast, and furious.
Yes, it's been more than I ever expected.
Yes, you are doing fabulous, girl. All right. It's cracking me up because on here it says Tam's phone, but other Tamra, Tam. Can you hear us? Is she in there? I can't see her. Are you there? Is she frozen? She's like behind in the shadows. Oh, there she is.
Yeah.
There you are.
Okay. Did you guys hear me or?
No, we couldn't hear you.
Okay. Sorry. I started a little over a year ago under Kayla.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you. All right, Cindy.
I started in October last year. I signed up under Victoria.
Awesome. All right, Victoria, you're up.
Hey, I signed up, was it last June, under Shelly Stapleton. My husband's being goofy. He's getting ready to cook in his rock crock, so he's excited.
All right. What's he whipping up?
He's going to make some tortellini because he wants to use his scoop and drain for the first time, so he's super excited about that. That's a new toy.
Love it.
Yep.
Love it. All right, Janice.
I signed up under Melissa the end of August, so it's just been about 8 months. I didn't realize it was that long.
I can't believe it's been on either.
I'm like 1 month is really good and the next month isn't. This is my really good month. So March has been fabulous. So I'm hoping to keep the momentum in the in the next months. But
I say you are doing very good this month. Keep on. Okay, Sarah, I'm out of line now, but Sarah.
Hey, I signed up under Melody last July.
I was trying to remember when that was.
It was like the very end of July.
Yeah, right before school starts. I remember that. Okay, you guys are jumping. Okay, Debbie. I don't think we've done you yet.
I unmuted. I signed up in the end of June of last year under Ashley Sellers.
Yay. All right, Tammy. What do you say? I can't hear you.
I said it's been a year and 5 months because it was a year last October. So.
Okay. Awesome. And you signed up under me. We didn't hear what you were saying at all.
Yeah, I signed up under you. Sorry, we've got a lot of background noise. So.
Gotcha.
Eating dinner and all that fun stuff and the dogs.
Gotcha. Okay, did I miss anyone as I was looking across here? You guys were kind of jumping, switching places. So I want to make sure did I get everyone? Is there anyone we missed? We good? Okay. Awesome. Okay. So, all right, as we get started here, I first want to share with you, can you guys hear me okay still? Am I on your big screen?
Yep.
Okay, because Tammy's frozen on my screen. So all I can see is her. As we are getting started in this program, I kind of want to explain to you what to expect a little bit. But first, more importantly, I want to explain to you what statistically you need to be doing in order to reach directorship. So you kind of know those numbers. I'm sure majority of you already know these, but just in case, I want to be sure to go over these. So as a director, it requires 5 consultants underneath you, okay? But they do not all have to be directly under you, okay? So let's say you have someone sign up and they have someone sign up under them, you know, that counts as well, okay? So it's just 5 people under you. Doesn't matter how many are under you versus someone else, okay? But when your team gets to 5, okay, that is the magic number. You have to have at least $750 in sales personally, okay? And then as a whole, okay, so for all of you together, so that's your sales plus everyone under you is $5,000 in sales, okay? So that does include yours, okay? So just so that you know, I think my little guy fell off the stool. If you hear some screaming in the other room, he's in the bathroom brushing his teeth. So now I will tell you, as I've had a lot of people on our team going for directorship, it is much easier, although the minimum is $750 in sales. Okay, when you are going for a director that month, it is really important to have more like $2,500 in sales, okay? Just because that's going to take a lot of the stress off of you needing your team to hit a certain amount, okay? So when you are doing at least half yourself, okay, that will really, really help. When I promoted to director, I honestly started making my goal $5,000 in sales, because I knew that if I was hitting that myself, not that I didn't need my team, but I wasn't ever stressed out on who was submitting what on my team, if that makes sense. And so after I hit, directorship, that was kind of always my goal, to at least hit $5,000. So that way it wasn't a stress that I was ever having to worry about. Okay. So, but as you go through this program, as you are booking your shows, as you guys are getting your calendar set, thinking about, you may think I've never sold 2,500, or I've never even sold close to $5,000. I don't even know how that would be possible. Okay. It is totally different once you get your calendar where it needs to be. Okay. It is much, much, much easier to hit your goals when you have a set calendar. Okay. So that is kind of what the statistics, for you to hit director, that is kind of what you're going to be looking at. Okay. So as a group, all of you on here right now, okay, you guys are going to be a support system for each other. Okay. On that group, you guys can be cheering each other on. I want you guys to be posting, what you are having success with. Okay. Any of the things, from booking shows to great host coaching to, adding a recruit, whatever it is. Okay. We are going to be your cheerleaders. Okay. We want to hear about your successes. And so that Director Bound group is going to be a place where we can help each other. Okay. So you guys can be posting in there and helping each other out. Okay. Now, as you are looking at your April calendar, okay, I want you to get out your calendar and I want you to look at it. Okay. As you're looking at your calendar, I really want your goal to be 8 shows. Okay. Because as you are going for directorship, and the reason why it's 8 shows, okay, I will tell you, I'm going to be completely honest with you. Okay. I have never been a $15,000, $20,000 seller. Never have. Some people in this business are, and they sell a huge amount every single month. Okay. That's never been me. Okay. There are a lot of people in Pampered Chef that have 7, 8, 9, 10 recruits a month. Okay. That's never been me. Okay. I have spoke on so many calls, and I've been in just different groups, so many different groups, and home office has had me speak so many times because my success has honestly come from 8 and 2. Okay, 8 shows a month, 2 recruits a month. That is where my success has come from. I have achieved every single trip, okay, every year since I've started. I have earned excellence in sales and recruiting. I have been able to do all the promotions that I have because I set my goals on 8 and 2. You honestly can achieve anything in this business, anything, with 8 shows a month, 2 recruits, okay? And so you are hearing it from someone who has not been, I've always just done what I needed to do in this business, okay? And so, and with doing that, I have achieved everything that I've wanted to in this business, okay? So when you look at some of the numbers of people that are selling off the charts, or you look at the people that are recruiting, okay? You don't have to have these crazy numbers to be successful, okay? A lot of people do, but you don't have to, okay? So as you are looking at your calendar, I challenge you to get 8 shows on your calendar for next month, okay? Because what that does, when you have 8 shows on your calendar, that is putting you in front of way more people, okay? And when you have 8 shows and you're in front of more people, you're naturally going to get more bookings and you are going to recruit more people, okay? So our, goal from this point forward, you are setting your own personal goals of when you would like to achieve directorship, okay? I want you to really think about that over the next couple days, okay? And when you have made that decision, I really would like for you to share it on our Director Bound page, okay? Because I will tell you, when you have goals, you want to share them, okay? Because when you don't share your goals and you just keep them to yourself, okay, it's a lot harder to achieve them, okay? So you really want to share those goals. I will tell you, and I have told a few people this, and I think I was talking about this the other day on the call, is when we were going for executive, I had home office, cheering us on our team page, saying that we can do it. They were calling me all the time. How's it going? How's it going? So not only did I share, my goals with you guys, home office knew about it, talking about pressure. Okay. So at least home office isn't going to be calling you guys, when are you promoted to director? Are you guys going to be able to do this? So you don't have that, extreme pressure, but it is helpful to make a goal, and have it posted. Okay. Have your goal posted where you can see it every day and you know what you are going for. Okay. So I want you to really take some time over the next couple of days and really think about when you would like your promotion to happen. Okay. Now, if you guys are thinking about conference, and I really hope you're thinking about conference, okay, because conference is something you do not want to miss. Okay. If at all possible, okay, you save up now, $50 to $75 a month from now until August, you guys can go to conference. Okay, so you really can, and I encourage you, if you have PC Bucks, you can pay for registration that way. You don't have to pay for registration right away when it opens, okay? But I will tell you, if at all possible, it is business changing, okay? The first time we went to conference, I had just reached directorship, and I remember, walking across that stage and wearing my red. It is something that I will always remember. Okay. So, you guys will have, if you are a director as of July 1st, okay. So if your promotion happens before July 1st, okay, you will get to walk the stage at conference. Okay. And we have so much fun because they have a dance party just for directors. Let me tell you, this girl, if you haven't figured out yet, likes to dance. Hopefully my leg will be better by then. Because we have a dance party in it. They are doing a glow party. Okay, so it's going to be glow. I'm sure last year it was pajama party. We all wore some fun pajamas. But it's a night where just as directors, we get to hang out and have a great time. Okay, so that is one of the fun things at a conference. Plus we got to eat. We stuff ourselves with ice cream. It's just, I mean, it's amazing. Okay, it is a decision you will not regret. Okay, you will get so much from that. But anyway, so looking at your calendar, okay, that is going to be the first goal is having your 8 shows booked on there. Okay, now if you guys haven't had a chance to listen to the live at lunch that I did today, okay, I encourage you to go listen to that because I gave a lot of tips on virtual parties and how to make them successful. Okay, because we do not want to do parties that are not successful. Okay, because that's a waste of our time and no fun for anyone. Okay, so if you didn't get a chance to listen to that, please go and listen to that at some point. Okay, so we are going to on the Director Bound, you are going to see different posts that are going to be posting throughout the day. Okay, different videos that you can watch. Okay, so on recruiting, on bookings. So I'm not just going to throw you out there. There are going to be different tips and different things about how to book, shows successfully that you are going to have access to. Okay, but we are going to. This will run for. I'm trying to remember. I think it's either 2 or 3 months. I'm trying to remember how long the posts run for. I typically don't do it. Most Director Bounds are 90 days. I typically don't do the full 90 days, okay, because it ends up being quite a while. So I want to say I think it's 2 months worth of material that we will be running. So calls, okay, obviously we have this one tonight, and we will have probably 3 more calls just about different topics that we're going to be talking about in the Director Bound series, okay, and I will let you know when those calls are, and so you guys can get them on your calendar. All right, so as you guys are looking to book your calendar, okay, the best bit of advice that I can give you to do is to do a power hour. Okay, I don't know if you know what a power hour is. Okay, a power hour is where you take your phone and you set the time for an hour, okay, and you call, text, however you want to. I typically recommend calling unless you just have a phobia of the phone, which some people do. Texting, okay, as many people as you can in that time to book as many parties as you can. But here is the thing you have to do first. Before you just set your timer and start texting and messaging people, you are going to make your list, okay? So make your list before you have a power hour, okay? I will tell you, there's a few different times that I've had to have power hours in my business. One of them was right after I had my son, who's 3 years old now. I had done freezer meal workshops for several months after he was born because I could do them in my house. I could, nurse him, be there, for him, start them on the freezer meals and do what I needed to do with him. And so I did that for several months. He was born in July. Well, I got to January where I knew it was going to be double free. And I looked at my calendar. This was November. And I looked at my calendar and I had 0 shows for January. And January was typically one of my highest selling months because it was double free. So I thought, man, I was kind of getting over doing so many freezer meal workshops. I really wanted to start doing my cooking shows again. So I thought I'm going to have to sit down and I'm going to have to reach out to people and book some shows. So I made my list. I had him on my lap. He was 3 months old. And I started making phone calls. And I just called and called and called. And in that hour, I booked 5 shows. And then I ended up with, I think it was 8 or 9 shows in January, and it ended up with over $7,000 in sales. Okay. So I tell you that to tell you there have been times in my business where I have had nothing on the calendar. Okay. So I could have chose to just book a couple. I could have chose, to not do anything about it and just say, well, it's January. People are coming off the holidays. It's no big deal. Or I could do something about it. Okay. So, I sat down and I did something about it, right? So I was able to book that many shows and end up with that many sales. And when you start off your year strong, it kind of carries, throughout the year. Okay. So it's really important to start the beginning of your year strong. Okay. So as you guys are booking your calendar, I encourage you to do a power hour during that time. Okay. So, another thing that I wanted to be sure to share with you is the benefits of directorship. Okay, so I did share this on the other night on the Get the More You're Looking For that we did last week. Okay, but let me just be sure that all of you that are actually starting this program know the benefits of directorship. Okay. Because there's a lot of things that people don't know, okay? So when you promote to director, okay, one of the things that I love is that you're going to get $250 in PC bucks, okay? Wow. So if conference is one of those things where you're like, I signed up earlier than that $99 fee or whatever, okay? Imagine having $250 PC bucks to pay for conference. Okay, so that would be one expense right there that would be taken care of. Okay, so $250 in PC bucks. You're going to get your $30 in PC bucks for every qualified recruit. Okay, you are going to get the new products. Okay, so once you are selling consistently, and this is another reason why I want you guys to get your calendar set now. Okay, because when you're selling, $12.50 a month, okay, up to your director, up to when you promote, okay, you're going to get the set of new spring products that just came out. Okay, so you're going to have those sent to you, which is amazing. And then every season change, as long as you have sold, the way that it works out is if you look at, there's certain periods, I think it's March, April, May, June, I think is when we earn the fall. They come out in September. And then I want to say it is in the fall that we earn the spring. I want to say it's September, October, November, December. Okay, so there's 4 months. And in each of those 4 months, okay, you can do it 2 different ways. Either you can sell $12.50 3 out of the 4 months, or you sell $5,000 out of the 4 months total. Okay, so they basically just add up your sales for 4 months. If that equals 5,000, you get the products, or it's $12.50 3 out of the 4 months. Okay, so that's kind of how they break down. But like we just got done talking about, as a director, if you're trying to hit, half of the sales of your team anyways, that $12.50 is never going to be an issue for you. Okay. So that's not something you have to worry about. And just think about every time the new products come out, having them shipped to your door. Okay. How awesome that would be, just getting the new products. Okay. Because it's usually $500, $600 worth of products that we get for free every time there's a season change. Okay. So that is really, really cool to get all those products. Trip requirements go down. If you are a director, you don't have to earn quite as many points for the trips, which is another positive thing. Okay. And then you're going to earn extra money. Okay. My check, it literally grew by $600 between 1 month and the next when I hit directorship. And that literally was just me hitting directorship. Okay. So I've always, pretty much since I've started the business, had 6 to 8 shows a month. So when I did hit directorship, it was immediate pay raise. Okay. So what you're going to get is you're going to get 3% sales off of your whole organization. Okay. An additional. Okay. So you're going to get higher percentage off of your own personal sales as well. Okay. So you're going to start making more off your personal business, and you're going to start making off of your team. Okay. So you're going to get that extra 3%. Okay. So that it really does add up. Okay. So a lot of benefits come with directorship, a whole lot. Okay. So definitely keep that in mind. When you guys promote, we have a big party. Okay. And you get lots of goodies. If you're not local, you get them mailed to you. If you're local, then you get to have them at our team meeting. So lots of different cool things. So in the next few weeks, through the tips and the trainings, okay, we're going to be talking about host coaching, bookings, recruiting, all the things that are going to help you be a stronger leader. Okay. And now I was just a part of helping make a program for directors. So I think as of April 1st, if you promote as of April 1st, then they are going to have extra training just for new directors. And you're going to get to see some videos of me in my kitchen that I had to do and send to home office. It's going to be, that is not something I had as a director. And I will tell you, that's going to be so nice for you guys to actually know, okay, now I'm a director. What do I do now? Like, what does that mean? Okay, what am I supposed to do? So it's going to be really nice for you guys to be able to have home office training where they're going to help train you. Okay, now here's in the next steps. Here's, how to keep growing yourself and to help your team grow. Okay, so that's going to be really nice for you guys to be able to have that option. Do you guys have any questions for me as we are getting ready to start this group? Anything about, the group, about promoting, anything at all that you guys can think of?
Melanie.
Yes.
You have to hit 5,000 every single month.
Yes.
Stay in directorship.
Yes. Okay. So if you are fast tracking, which I'm not sure if anyone on here is in there. Is anyone on here still in there 90 days?
No.
I don't think they are. I don't think anyone on here is in there 90 days still. But yes, once you hit directorship, okay, it is 5,000. It's the same requirements, but here's the difference. The very first month that you guys are promoting and going for directorship, all 5 people under you have to have at least 150 in sales. Okay, so they all have to at least be active. Okay, so they don't
only have 2.
What did you say?
Hit the 5,000. What if you only have 2 consultants underneath you, but you hit 5,000?
You have to have 5.
Okay.
Yeah. So, because a lot of people, like I said, I used to sell 5,000 by myself, but that I couldn't promote by myself. So it still is 5. If you have just a few of you hitting 5,000, that's amazing. That means that directorship is going to come that much easier for you. Okay. But,
we're hitting 3,000, over 3,000 now.
But that's awesome. There's 3 of you and you're hitting 3,000. That's amazing.
Right.
Okay. But what the difference is, so that very first month, all of them have to be active. Okay. Right. Which is just at least 150 in sales. Okay. So let's say that you are really close and you're like 1 person away. Okay. That person can sign up the very last day of the month and get $150 in sales, and you could hit it that month. Okay. So they just have to have 150. Now, the difference is the next months to come. Okay. You still have to have the 5,000 and your sales have to be at least 750, but not everyone under you has to be active. That's just the first month. Okay. So if you have some people that are kind of every other monthers, that's okay, because yes, we want as many people helping you get that 5,000, but they don't have to submit 150 once you hit directorship. So you're not like, I need you to submit. I need you to submit. Are you going to have 150? You know, I mean, obviously we always want them helping you get there. Okay. But that pressure of having the 150 is not always, you know, them being active in case, you know, something is wrong or they don't submit something this month. You don't have to worry about that. When I became a director, I had to have 6 people under me, and all of them had to be active every single month, or I did not hit my directorship. Talk about stress. So they changed that after I became a director, thankfully. So I didn't have the option of, once we became a director, they still had to submit at least 150 every month, or we didn't hit our directorship. So they have lightened that to 5 people, and you don't all have to be active after that. Okay. So it's basically just that first month when you are going for directorship. Good question. Any other questions?
If you do drop, you know, say for instance, you drop a month, and what happens? I mean, is it the next month you become active?
Okay, so there's 3 months grace period. Okay, so if you, let's say you hit it 1 month and you don't hit it the next month, you hit it 1 month and you don't hit it the next month. Okay, obviously we want you to be able to hit it always, but if you miss a month, okay, it's okay. If you miss 2 months, okay, it's that 3rd month that you have to hit it, or that's when you lose it. So you basically have 3 months of not hitting your director qualifications. Okay. So they give you those few months, you know, because you're growing, because you're trying to get, you know, more people on your team, so you're not having to worry about it. Okay. But they do give you those months, you know, to help you out some.
Okay.
Good question. Anyone else?
Melody, are there, I'm going to use the term yo-yo directors, like what if you are not that consistent? I know we want to be consistent, but what if it goes up and it goes down and it goes up and it goes down, and you miss it after 3 months? Can you come back?
Yes, and we have had that.
Okay.
Jean Williams, who's on our director team, she lost it for a couple months and she came back because she was able to get some people on our team. So I will tell you, you look at some of my directors, you know, you guys know the directors we currently have. We have 13 of them. I will tell you, I'll just be honest with you, and I'm sure that they would tell you the same thing if they were on this call. The difference between my yo-yo directors that go up and down and my directors that hit it every single month and always have, no matter what, is they continue to grow. They continue to recruit. They don't just get to directorship and go, all right, I did it. I'm going to sit back and just, okay, you guys take it from here. Okay. They continue to grow their team, because you guys know from even the people you have on your current team, okay, people don't always sell. Okay, you get people on there, you are going to have some strong people that they're go-getters, and then they want it and they're going to take off, and you're going to have these that just, I'm going to submit something this month, but I'm not going to submit this month. Okay, and if you just continue to rely on the team that got you to directorship, you will lose it. Just being honest. Okay, those that have lost it because they never grew past when they promoted. Okay, they didn't continue to get people and share the business in their shows and grow their team. So if you promote to director and you continue to do what you did that helps you get to director, you will never have to worry about it. Okay, just being honest. Carol Rodew, at that first conference that I went to, I sat across from her eating lunch, and she told us, she said, the best advice that I can give you as a new director is double your team as fast as you can. And I was like, okay. And that's what I did. And I tried to get to 10, because with 10 people on my team, I never, ever worried about hitting directorship, ever. And I've always done that. I've just always continued to grow. I've always continued to recruit and share with my hosts and people in my parties. And I've never have worried about not hitting my qualifications. Okay. So yes, we have them. and they would all probably tell you the reason they are struggling is because they stopped recruiting. Every single one of them. So those that have never struggled are still recruiting. So that's the biggest difference. Anyone else have anything?
Any tips on how to get more recruits?
The biggest thing is talking to all of your hosts multiple times. Okay, you guys have seen me share that chart of the five times. Okay, and that's what I talked about on my call today. You know, that I'm talking to them the very first time I call them on the phone, even if, you know, they are maybe not interested then. I'm still talking to them. You know, if they have been a great host, I'm pointing out, wow, you have been so amazing. I said that to one of my hosts today because she's doing amazing. I mean, I don't even have to send her videos to post. She's already taken her own videos. She's already doing it herself. You know, I shot her a text and I said, man, you are doing such a great job. You would be so amazing at this business. Okay. So just those little things that you're saying throughout. And then when it comes to their party, you know, if they get that free, using the free towards their kit, that's another conversation, you know, that you can have, and letting them know, you know, the friends that are in your party, the ones that want to have shows, you know, I will give you those bookings as a way to start your own business, you know. So I'm sharing that with every one of my hosts, no matter what. The biggest thing I can tell you is don't prejudge. Okay. Because when I find myself thinking, oh, they would never do this, or they wouldn't be interested in this. Okay. I have been wrong so many times. So share it, no matter if I go to their house and it is ginormous and I think to myself, there's no reason they would ever need a part-time job or extra income. I still share the business. Okay. Because you don't know what could be really going on in their life. Okay. I've heard so many stories of people that put up a really good front. Okay. And so you don't know. So just don't prejudge. And I would say the same thing in your parties. You're looking for those that have said, I used to sell Pampered Chef. You're looking for those that love the products. I have so many products, you know, I love Pampered Chef. They're excited. So you are offering, the best thing I can tell you in your parties is do some sort of activity where it makes them message you. Okay. Like where you put up a basket and pick a number, pick a number, everybody wins, pick a number, you know, message me kind of thing. And when they message you their number, you can say to them, yay, thanks so much for playing. You get 10 tickets into our drawing. Have you ever been to a Pampered Chef party before? How do you know our host? You're starting simple conversations with them from the very beginning of your show, okay? Or, you know, you're introducing yourself. Thanks so much for being a part of this party. I really appreciate you attending. You know, how do you know our host? You know, whatever it is from the very beginning of the party, if you can message them and get a conversation going, okay, that's going to be much easier to continue that conversation throughout your party as far as, you know, reaching out to them about the business or booking a show. Okay, so just watch in your parties and share with every host.
Hey, Melody, I have a question.
Yes.
You talked about when we hit director about the earning the new free products.
Mm-hmm.
So since I'm pretty close this month, say if I do get that into this month.
When? You are.
My husband says when.
I know. I was like, change your wording.
When. Is that counting the sales? Is that this month and then the next 2 months, or is that going to be the past months?
So the way that I think that it is it the last 3 months, 4 months, and 3 out of those 4, at least $1,250.
Okay.
So look at your last 4 months.
Okay.
This month included. Or
All right.
5,000
combined.
Okay. So look at your 4. Yeah. So that's the best way to look at it. So go back and look at your tracker and see in the last 4 months how much you've had completely combined with all of it.
Okay. Sounds good. Thank you.
You're welcome. But what were you saying, dear Raquel? I'm trying to read what you said down here. Tips for bringing back past consultants back on. Okay. So the best thing to do, especially when it's this month, okay, is reaching out to those people and saying, I know that you used to be a past consultant. We have a great, sign-on special this month where you can actually get half of your kit back. I would love to. Are you talking about, Raquel, like these aren't people that signed up under you before, they signed up under someone else, right?
No, one of them is a host right now, and she's a past consultant, and I was like, well, why did you stop? I could never imagine stopping, and she said that she just got too busy. Well, one of her guests is also a past consultant, and she says the same thing, so I've been trying to think, like, well, how can I get them to come back? I don't know, like, they already know what to do if they're busy, but I mean, catalog
past consultants are awesome people to reach out to. What I would ask them is, how long ago, when did you sell? Because if it's been long enough ago, there are so many things that have changed, especially virtual parties, because we didn't start doing virtual parties until 2 years ago. So if busyness is an issue for them, say, when were you a consultant? Did you even have virtual parties as a possibility? Because if they didn't, that's the approach that I would take from it, is now we have virtual parties, which would be a perfect thing for you to fit in if you are super, super busy, because this is something you can do from home, when you want to do it, kind of thing. So that's the kind of approach, is asking them first, how long did they sell? And, if it was beyond a couple years, then virtual parties, may be a great option for them, because they didn't have that option. So they had to do cooking shows, or they didn't have, another option. So that's the approach.
Thank you. No, thank you, because I'm going to ask her that, actually, because she did say to me that it seemed so easy doing it online. I'm like, well, yeah. So maybe it was longer than 2 years ago.
You never had that opportunity. Yep. That's definitely the approach that I would probably try with both of those, is you can see how easy this is, and mention, even if they have full-time jobs now, or kiddos running around like I do crazy all the time, you can mention, now we even have programs like SendShare that post for you. So if you are at a full-time job, or if you're busy, you have a program that will actually do the post for you. And so you can be making money, while you're working your other job or whatever. So a lot of people don't. It cracks me up. I've been in the hospital before, and I've had people visit me, and they're like, you just posted in your party and you're in the emergency room. What are you doing? I'm like, that's because my SendShare is posting for me. I'm not actually posting while I'm sitting here in the emergency room. So people just, they don't know that. So it's a great thing to point out, because a lot of people don't know that we have these self-posting systems now. So for sure. All right. Anyone else have anything? All right. Okay. So be looking for posts that start tomorrow. Okay. And I will tell you.
Melody.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought I was unmuted. I was trying to ask a question.
Oh, no, fine. You're fine, Cindy.
So I'm one of those people who have a full-time job Monday through Friday. And it's actually, depending on the time of year, it can be fairly demanding. But anyways, so right now I'm pretty much running one party a week. And do you have any suggestions for, do you have any organization suggestions on doing multiple parties in a week? I mean, I know obviously I use SendShare, you know, for my posting and stuff, but just keep track of what's going on when you have multiple parties going. Because that's something that I'm actually scared of doing, is getting too many going and losing track.
Right. I can be honest with you. I almost think it's easier having multiple than spreading out where it's one a week, honestly, because the same thing is going on in each of them. And so they're all kind of doing it at the same time rather than keeping up with that one thing. You know, to me, it's almost easier doing multiple than it is doing single. So what I do is I group typically 3 together at a time, which you can do 2. So, you know, talking about, you know, the 8, doing 2 each month, or doing it where you have 3 a couple weeks, and 2 another week, and 1, or maybe 3, 1, 1, however you want to work it. Or it can be, you know, even 4, doing 4 every other week, where you do 4, take a week off. You know, a lot of people will offer 2 dates, you know, when they're reaching out to people. I have parties starting on this date and this date. Which one works better for you, kind of thing. And they run, you know, 4 at a time. Now, definitely having a system works really well when it comes to having your virtual parties. So I have found, since I, you know, started my parties on Sunday, I just knew that all of my parties, I asked all of my hosts to set up their parties on Saturday and start, or maybe it was Friday, they set them up. Saturday, they started adding people to them. Sunday, it started. You know, so as soon as I'm booking the party, I am asking them what day, you know, in the next couple days works best to set up their host coaching call. Because I tell them I need 1 call with you, and the rest can be over text message. Okay. So I set up that 1 call, write those calls on my calendar. And then I am, you know, setting up the party, putting the posts in. My pre-posts, you know, I'm just setting up those 4 posts on Sunday and Monday, and then actually starting the party on Tuesday. And then what I did, and what you could do, is you just pick a time, you know, either if you already have a video of you recorded, just know that you're going to be posting that in your party on Tuesday when the party starts. Or if you decide to go live, then you can do that, you know, in the evening when you get home or whatever. I went live in all 3 of my parties today, because I always do in my welcome, you know, I always do a welcome live video, and then I will end up posting, you know, just regular videos of me throughout. But once you kind of get a system of, my parties start on this day, end on this day, and run 2 times a month or whatever, you know, honestly, I think almost 4 and 4 are going to be easier than doing 2, 2, 2, and 2, because then you have a system, you know, where you have these 2 dates, and then you have a break of a week, you know, where you don't have anything, you know. So it kind of just ends up being what, you know, works best for you. But I do almost think that it's easier to run multiple than it is 1, because they are all doing the same thing. I typically pick 2 dates and run them every other, so I don't just have them every single week. So a lot of times I'll kind of do my cooking shows heavier on 2 weeks, and then the other 2 weeks I'm doing more with my virtual parties. So.
Okay. Yeah, I already have a system set up where I pretty much do similar to what you do, where my pre-posts are on Sunday, and then my youth shows typically start on Monday.
Mm-hmm.
I don't typically do 2 pre-day posts. I don't know if there's a virtue to doing 2 pre-day posts, or versus
I do events. So I do it, since I do events, I give them 2 days, because I give them the first day to kind of get the people added. And then and then the second day is when they start sending out those personal messages that I was talking about today. So that's why I do 2, because I kind of give it, okay, who's going to click going on their own? And now, okay, let's send out those personal messages, and let's really get it increased on how many are going before the party starts on Tuesday. So that's why
I'm switching with my next party. I'm actually switching from groups to events after your you're live today. I'm going to switch to events. So, all right. Well, thank you. That was actually great information. Makes it a little less intimidating.
Yes, you are welcome. I know that was a scary thing for me, but I really have found that it's almost easier to do more at once and do them. I would rather do 4 and 4 than 2, 2 and 2, any day, just because that it's easier for me to do more than one at once. So.
Well, and I like the idea of what you were saying is doing 4 and then taking a week off, doing 4 and then taking a week off, because that almost gives you a breather to get yourself organized for the next set. Party.
Do those host coaching calls, because that may be when you can actually do your calls, getting your host ready for the parties coming up and so you don't feel like you're just doing everything all together. Yeah.
Great. Thank you.
You're welcome. Anyone else have anything? Any questions? All right. Well, this is definitely the kind of stuff that we are going to be helping each other with, and the kind of questions, that you are more than willing to ask, in our Director Bound group as we are moving forward. But like I said, I really want you to be thinking the next couple days about what your promotion date is. When would you like to see yourself actually promote? Okay. And be thinking about that, because I think some of the posts coming up at the beginning and that you'll see we'll be dealing with that. So, all right, guys. Well, thank you so much for jumping on here. I am very excited for you guys. It is well worth it. Okay. I will be the first one to tell you, and you guys, not being necessarily new consultants, that the business has its ups and downs. That there are highs and lows. Okay, but I will tell you this. I just want you to keep in mind, when you are getting frustrated, when you're having one of those moments where a host cancels or a customer got upset with you about something absolutely retarded or whatever it is, okay, that right around the corner can be a show that brings you 5 bookings, can be a show that brings you a recruit that sells $3,000 a month. Okay. So I say that to say I've had a lot of lows, just in my 6 years, just with health wise, and not even just necessarily Pampered Chef, just a lot of things in my life that have happened in the 6 years that I've been in Pampered Chef. That could be a lot of reasons for me to give up or get frustrated. Okay. But I will tell you, the more positive that you can stay, okay, the more that you guys can just encourage yourself in your head, give the self-talks in the morning. I can do this, okay? The better it's going to be, okay? So that's what we're here for, okay, are those moments where you want to pull your hair out, okay? And you can have that time where you get down, but know that we're going to only let you get down for a night, and then you have to be back up the next day, okay? So it's all about mindset. So, but thank you guys for being on here, and I look forward to your guys' success and where you guys are heading, okay?
Thank you.
We'll be seeing you guys soon.
Stay well.
Great.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.